Hello students, welcome to the video solutions of ANTS FT2. Here we will be discussing the botany section. Now, question number 91, read the following statements and you have to find out how many of these statements are correct. So statement number 1, DNA from every tissue from an individual shows same degree of polymorphism. So this is correct. Every cell in my body, it is going to show the exact same level of polymorphism or same degree of polymorphism. So it seems that over here, statement 1 is correct. The methodologies of HGP involves only one major approach of sequencing entire DNA of genome. There are multiple methodologies which are involved in HGP. So if we mention that it involves only one major approach, that is going to be a false statement. So statement number 2 यहाँ पे wrong हो गया. In lac operon, Y gene codes for permease which increases permeability of cell to beta galactosides. This is the correct statement because the Y gene, it is actually coding for permease. And उसका function भी यहाँ पे correct है, तो this statement is true. So how many statements are correct? 1 and 3. So those statements correct हो रहे हैं. So question number 91, the correct answer should be option B. Now question number 92, what is true about coconut water of tender coconut? So young coconuts में जो water है, that is not actually water, that is in the form of a liquid endosperm. तो liquid endosperm, this particular part is correct, तो इसका मतलब option A correct है. ये जो liquid endosperm है, why exactly is it maintained in that liquid condition? Through continuous rounds of free nuclear division. तो वहाँ पे तुम्हारा मल्टी न्यूक्लियट कंडीशन क्रिएट हुआ है. सो अनदर टर्म दैट वी आर यूजिंग इज इट्स अ न्यूक्लियर एंडोस्पर्म. Eventually what we see is as the coconut keeps on maturing, that water content that decreases. So why is the water content decreases? Because जो भी वहाँ पे free nuclear mitosis हुआ था, whatever multinucleate structures were there, eventually what happens is cytokinesis starts to occur and they convert into cellular endosperm. So it seems A, B, C ये तीनों यहाँ पे correct हो रहा है. So question number 92, the correct answer should be option D. Now question number 93, outbreeding devices are of no significance in. So outbreeding devices, what will be their importance? It is with respect to preventing self-pollination and allowing cross-pollination to happen. But if you pay attention to this plant, Commelina, तो Commelina का एक specialty क्या हो रहा है? That this is a plant which contains both cleistogamous and chasmogamous flowers. So if the flowers are cleistogamous, it means what is happening? The flowers are closed. So within those closed bisexual flowers, what will happen? Definitely only self-pollination is happening. So if other outbreeding devices are even allowed to develop, whatever cleistogamous flowers are formed in Commelina, definitely वहाँ पे क्या होने वाला है? Self pollination ही होगा. So it seems outbreeding devices का development in Commelina, it is not going to be of any major significance here. So question number 93, the correct answer should be option D, Commelina. Now question number 94, this is from genetic code. So तीन यहाँ पे amino acids mentioned है, phenylalanine, glycine and then we have stop codon. The third one is not an amino acid, we just have stop codon. तो उसके correct codons यहाँ पे क्या हो रहे हैं वो match करना है. So phenylalanine, if you recall, genetic code में जो सबसे पहले दो codons थे, which are triple U and UUC, they are responsible for phenylalanine. तो यहीं पे हमारा मैच हो गया है तो आंसर बन रहा है. If you cross check, glycine के जो दो कोडॉन्स यहाँ पे हमें दिख रहे हैं, triple G and GGC, and definitely stop codon UAA and UAG. So it seems question number 94, option B is the correct answer. Now question number 95, it's a diagram based question from DNA structure. So if you look into this double stranded DNA, number 1 जो यहाँ पे हो रहा है, what exactly is that? That is a sugar, a pentose sugar to be precise. तो यहाँ पे number 1 क्या होगा? Sugar होगा. So options 1, 3, 4 अभी के लिए तीनों correct जैसे लग रहे हैं. इस शुगर के साथ ये जो एसोसिएटेड कंपोनेंट होगा, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी अ नाइट्रोजनस बेस. सो नाइट्रोजनस बेस अगर हम मान रहे हैं तो ग्वानिन एंड थाइमिन, लेट्स से फॉर नाउ दोनों करेक्ट जैसा लग रहा है, तो आंसर ऑप्शन सी हो रहा है या फिर ऑप्शन डी हो रहा है. नाउ इफ आई क्रॉस चेक, ये जो थर्ड यहाँ पे लेबलिंग है, सो बिटवीन अ शुगर एंड अ नाइट्रोजनस बेस, द बॉन्ड दैट वी हैव, दैट इज एन एन ग्लाइकोसिडिक बॉन्ड. सो 3 शुड बी एन एन ग्लाइकोसिडिक बॉन्ड. सो हाउ विल आई बी श्योर एग्जैक्टली विच नाइट्रोजनस बेस इज दिस? सो इफ यू नोटिस, this nitrogenous base and the complementary one, इनके बीच में जो bond है, that is definitely a hydrogen bond, that we are sure of. And how many hydrogen bonds you are observing there? 2 hydrogen bonds. So 2 hydrogen bonds किसके बीच में बनते हैं? Adenine and thymine के बीच में. तो इसका मतलब 1 is the pentose sugar, 2 is thymine, 3 is the N-glycosidic bond, and 4 are the 2 hydrogen bonds. So question number 95, the correct answer should be option D. Now question number 96, the World Summit on Sustainable Development held in Johannesburg, South Africa in. So year पूछा जा रहा है when the World Summit in South Africa was held, and that was held in the year 2002. So 96, the correct answer should be option A. Now question number 97, a normal woman whose father was hemophilic. तो इतना जैसे हमने पढ़ा तो normal woman अगर बोल दिया है तो first let's say I'm assuming that she doesn't have any mutation. जैसे ही extra information ये दिया जा रहा है that this particular woman, her father was hemophilic. So it means जो भी वो mutated copy हो रहा है जीन का, definitely she would have inherited, but she would be present in a carrier state. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? This should be the genotype for the woman here. This particular person marries a normal man. In case of sex-linked disorders, जैसे हमने man को normal यहाँ पे बोल दिया है, so normal male will indicate that there is no mutation present because sex-linked conditions में, specifically X-linked conditions में, males cannot be carriers. तो this particular person ये genotype हो रहा है. तो अभी अगर हम लोगों ने gametes form किए, these are the two types of female gametes, these are the two types of the male gametes. So the very first combination that you notice, the first set of daughters, they are normal without any mutation, so they are not even carriers. The second set of daughters that we have, they are also going to be normal, but they are carriers. On the other hand, the first set of sons, they are normal without any mutation, but the second set of sons, they are going to be affected with hemophilia. So now when I match my options, all normal nahi ho raha hai because this particular percentage of sons, they are affected. All sons hemophilic bhi nahi ho raha hai. All daughters not hemophilic. Some sons are hemophilic. So all हम यहाँ पे बोलेंगे नहीं. Among sons, it seems 50% sons are affected, right? So question number 97, the correct answer should be option D, that some sons are hemophilic. Now question number 98, this is related to again a genetic disorder. Qualitative problem. तो जैसे qualitative problem आ रहा है तो what you'll recall is that qualitative disorder and quantitative disorder, ये terms हमने किसके context में generally पढ़ा है? A qualitative disorder of blood, that is sickle cell anemia. A quantitative disorder of blood was thalassemia. So to cross check, qualitative problem of synthesizing and incorrectly functioning globin. तो ये किसकी ओर पॉइंट कर रहा है यहाँ पे? जो बीटा ग्लोबिन का फॉल्टी सिंथेसिस हो रहा है, इवेंचुअली रिजल्टिंग इन सिकल शेप्ड सेल्स. तो वहाँ पे आरबीसीज का क्वांटिटी में प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो रहा है, क्वालिटी में प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है. सो ऑल द पॉइंट्स देयर इंडिकेटिंग टुवर्ड्स द कंडीशन व्हिच इज सिकल सेल एनीमिया. सो क्वेश्चन नंबर 98, द करेक्ट आंसर शुड बी ऑप्शन ए. Now question number 99, dioecy in plants prevents. So what is the dioecious condition when male and female flowers, they are going to be completely separated, different plants में वो present होगा. So in one plant I am observing only female flowers, on the other plant I am observing only male flowers. So अगर unisexual flowers and these unisexual flowers male and female have been completely separated, so it means definitely autogamy and geitonogamy both can be prevented here. The only possibility that is going to occur is xenogamy. So dioecy की वजह से prevent क्या हो रहा है? Both autogamy and geitonogamy. So 99, the correct answer should be option C. Now question number 100 from sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Which of the sequences is correct for embryogenesis in dicot? तो embryogenesis start कहाँ से होगा? Zygote से. So it seems options B, C and D for now. This zygote eventually matures into the globular stage, which will further develop into heart-shaped and finally matured embryo. So question number 100, the correct answer should be option D. Now question number 101, the narrowly utilitarian arguments for conserving biodiversity include which of the following from the given list? Now what are narrowly utilitarian arguments? These are basically arguments for conserving biodiversity because of their very specific utilization for humans. तो humans के किसी काम के लिए use हो रहा है, वहाँ पे I'm not concerned about the rest of the ecosystem, narrow माना जा रहा है because मैं सिर्फ human benefit का यहाँ पे सोच रही हूँ. So number 1, industrial products like dyes and lubricants, तो ये तो directly human activity के point of view से हो रहा है, so correct. Number 2, ecosystem services like photosynthesis, ये एक broadly utilitarian argument होगा. Pollinators, again broadly utilitarian. Number 4, firewood, fiber and construction material, this is a narrowly utilitarian argument. Number 5, the aesthetic pleasure for walking through thick woods, not narrowly utilitarian. 6. Products of medicinal importance. Yes, this is for human utilization. Watching spring flowers in full bloom. No. So it seems 1, 4 and 6. These are the correct arrangements here. So 101, the correct answer should be option C. 102, what would happen if both the strands of DNA are copied during transcription? So if both strands of the DNA are utilized for transcription, तो प्रॉब्लम इसमें पहला क्या होगा कि अगर दोनों स्ट्रैंड्स को हमने ट्रांसक्रिप्शन में यूज कर दिया तो जो भी आरएनए बनेगा, दैट आरएनए टू द टू स्ट्रैंड्स ऑफ आरएनए, दे आर गोइंग टू बी कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री टू ईच अदर, एंड बिकॉज दे आर कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री टू ईच अदर दे कैन एसोसिएट, रिजल्टिंग इन द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ डबल स्ट्रैंडेड आरएनए, एंड दिस डबल स्ट्रैंडेड आरएनए वो आगे जाके एम, आर या टी आरएनए के फॉर्म में फंक्शन नहीं कर पाएगा. सो इट सीम्स कि ट्रांसक्रिप्शन का जो पूरा प्रोसेस है वो यूजलेस हो गया, किसी काम का नहीं रहा. So option A, the exercise of transcription would become a futile one. Futile, it is of no use. So option A is correct. Formation of two RNA molecules complementary to each other. इसी point को use करके हम statement A को explain कर रहे हैं, तो definitely option C भी correct है. Now, if let's say hypothetically the two strands of RNA who were complementary to each other, they did not form a double-stranded RNA. तो अगर वो form नहीं भी हुआ और उनको separately हमने translation में move करा दिया, the two strands of RNA, they don't have the same information. They are just complementary to each other. तो इसका मतलब इन दोनों RNA strands से आगे जो प्रोटीन का सीक्वेंस बनेगा, they are going to be different to each other. So it seems that the same segment of DNA is now responsible for two different proteins, which goes against that specificity of genetic information. तो इसका मतलब ऑप्शन बी भी क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे, करेक्ट हो रहा है. So question number 102, the correct answer should be option D. All of the above are correct. Question 103, which of the following promotes the process of decomposition? So decomposition को promote या fast करने के लिए two important conditions we need are, we require comparatively warmer temperatures and moist condition. So question number 103, the correct answer should be option A. 104, which among the following is not a feature of anther? So typical angiosperm anther को describe करने के लिए we use words like bilobed, Dithecus, tetragonal. But if you focus on the word apocarpus, apocarpus is a word which is specific for the gynoecium. So carpal, उसके केस में apocarpus use हो रहा है. So 104, the correct answer should be option C. Now 105, match the column. So what is the funicle? The funicle is the stalk of the ovule. So A5 होगा. अगर मैंने पहला वाला ही मैच कर दिया है तो ऑप्शन बी यहाँ पे करेक्ट लग रहा है. If you cross check, what is the hilum? The hilum is the region where body of ovule fuses with funicle. What is the integument? It's the one or two protective layers of the ovule. Chalaza, that will be considered as the basal part of the ovule, and nucellus, that is the mass of cells within ovule with more amount of food stored in it. So question number 105, the correct answer should be option B. Now since pollination is a very important topic of sexual reproduction, so 106 and 107 both are related to pollination. Attractants and rewards are required for. So when will we require to attract the pollinator, or when will we require to provide rewards to the pollinator? If a biotic agent is involved, the most common biotic agent involved is insect. Another name for insect pollination is entomophily. So question number 106, the correct answer should be option B. Now question number 107, flowers which have single ovule in the ovary and are packed into inflorescence are usually pollinated by. This is a very characteristic feature which is observed in anemophily, which is nothing but wind pollination. So question number 107, the correct answer should be option C, wind. Now 108, which of the following is incorrect contrasting traits studied by Mendel? Now Mendel did study flower color, but the two contrasting traits of flower color were violet and white, not yellow and green. So it seems question number 108 जो incorrect वहाँ पे condition है, तो technically the option that we should choose is option B. 109, an allele is said to be dominant if it is expressed. So a dominant allele or a recessive allele, any allele you consider, homozygous condition में वो express हो रहा है. तो dominant allele को भी अगर specifically मैंने बोला, so it will be expressed in homozygous condition. But properly हमें dominant allele का property कब दिखेगा? When we observe it in a heterozygous condition. So dominant allele, you can define it to be an allele which expresses itself in both homozygous and heterozygous condition. On the other hand, a recessive allele will express itself only in homozygous condition. So For 109, the correct answer should be option C. Now, question 110, law of Mendel which is completely applicable is. So, when we say completely applicable, we mean without any exception या फिर universal manner में. So, out of the 3 laws proposed by Mendel, one law जो universally apply हो रहा है या applicable हो रहा है, that is actually law of segregation. Fertilization and meiosis, they are 2 important events of sexual reproduction. Meiosis results in the segregation of this alleles, or when gamete formation happens, it helps in segregation of the genes. Fertilization on the other hand, जब gametes fuse होंगे, fertilization will ensure that जो भी separation हुआ था, that allele pair is restored. So question number 110, the correct answer should be option B, which is law of segregation. Now, 111, sexual reproduction leads to. So, as a result of sexual reproduction, a major event that occurs is genetic material will show recombination. Because during sexual reproduction, meiosis as a process occurs, and as a component of meiosis, pectitin exists where crossing over happens, which eventually results in genetic recombination. So, question 111, the correct answer should be option A, genetic recombination. Now, 112, a gamete normally contains, so this is related to law of segregation. अगर originally allele pair में इस तरीके से show कर रही हूँ, so in case of the gamete what we will notice is out of this particular pair सिर्फ एक particular copy मुझे gamete में देखने को मिलेगा. Similarly अगर मैंने 2 genes पे यहाँ पे show किए हैं, let's say this is the genotype, तो इसका भी जब gamete बनेगा, A का एक copy आएगा, B का एक copy आएगा, so original pair का सिर्फ एक कॉपी दिख रहा है. So it means a gamete normally contains only one allele of a particular gene. So question 112, the correct answer should be option D. Now 113, UAA, UAG and UGA. We automatically know that we are talking about stop codons here, are known as nonsense codons because they. So out of the 64 codons, what we notice are there are 61 codons which are considered to be sense codons, whereas 3 codons are considered to be nonsense codons. तो 61 को sense codon क्यों बोला जा रहा है? Because they are responsible for some amino acid. On the other hand, जो बाकी 3 codons रह गए, these 3, they are called nonsense codons because they are not responsible for any amino acid. So इसका मतलब why exactly are we calling them to be nonsense codons? Because they do not code for any amino acid. So question 113, the correct answer should be option D. Now question 114 में scientist and उनके discovery को match करना है. So Frederick Griffith, he did study Streptococcus and eventually उसको study करके उन्होंने बताया the phenomenon of transformation. So A1, George Gamow, the physicist, he first gave the idea of a triplet codon. So sequence of 3 nucleotides codes for a single amino acid. B2, Maescher, Frederick Maescher, he isolated genetic material DNA and called it to be nuclein. So Maescher C3. So A1, B2 and C3. Question 114, the correct answer should be option A. Question 115, identify the incorrectly matched pair. So Connell, competitive release, yes, Connell did perform studies in the coastal areas of Scotland where he gave the idea of competitive release. Gauss, he did propose competitive exclusion principle, correct. MacArthur, उनके warbler bird के study से उन्होंने resource partitioning बताया था. David Tillman, Rivet-Popper hypothesis, this is a incorrectly matched pair because Rivet-Popper hypothesis that was proposed by Paul Ehrlich. So question number 115, the correct answer should be option D. Now question 116, which of the following represent maximum number of species among global biodiversity? So it is from a pie chart which is mentioned in the chapter biodiversity and conservation. So 116, if you recall, fungi tends to have a very large amount of biodiversity. 116, the correct answer should be option C. Now question number 117, again related to conservation. 34 hotspots, biodiversity hotspots of the world occupy an area of about less than. So approximately less than 2% of total global area is actually occupied by these 34 total hotspots. So question number 117, the correct answer should be option D. Now question number 118, natural reservoir of phosphorus is. What you have to keep in mind is nutrient cycling या mineral cycling, this particular topic जो NCERT में उसका text वाला portion है वो delete किया गया है. But if you read your NCERT carefully, in the summary section, last में एक छोटा सा part है some 4-5 sentences are there where they have briefly mentioned the concept of nutrient cycling. So I would suggest you do go through that summary portion because वहाँ पे mentioned है, so it is a probable question for NTA. Now we cannot claim it at that point that ये question कैसे पूछा जा रहा है because it is mentioned in that summary section of NCERT. So phosphorus का जो reservoir है, that phosphorus is a sedimentary cycle. So phosphorus का जो तुम्हारा यहाँ पे reservoir होगा, that is going to be rocks. So question 118, the correct answer should be option D. Now 119, one of the ex situ conservation methods. So the moment I see ex situ conservation method, so biosphere reserves, national parks and wildlife sanctuaries, all three of them are in situ methods of conservation. The odd one out is cryopreservation. So 119, the answer should be option C. Now 120, this is a direct line from NCERT and also an interpretation of the logistic growth model. Asymptote in a logistic growth curve is obtained when? So if you recall this particular graph, इस graph में जो y-axis है यहाँ पे, that is the population density. Over the course of time t, when I see that the population gradually increases, this is the lag phase, then you have the log or exponential phase, and then what we notice is this saturation or stationary phase occurs. तो जैसे ये straight line आ रहा है, this becomes parallel to the x-axis over here. This is the asymptote. तो asymptote जो ये reach हुआ, this particular value, what exactly is this value? This is the carrying capacity. तो ये asymptote कब आएगा? जब population density carrying capacity के equal हो जाएगा. So it means n and k, they become equal to each other. So question number 120, the correct answer should be option D. Question number 121, according to Robert May, the global species diversity is about. So estimated जो global species diversity है, according to Robert May, that is 7 million. So option C. Now 122, population interaction से question है. One species is harmed. So let's say species A is getting harmed. On the other hand, जो दूसरा species हो रहा है, it is remaining unaffected. So neither harmed nor benefited, तो neutral रहेगा. So this particular type of interaction, this is amensalism. So question number 122, the correct answer should be option A, amensalism. Now question number 123, there are 3 genes A, B, C. Percentage of crossing over between A and B. So by reading the question we know कि अभी हमें यहाँ पे क्रोमोसोम पे इन जीन्स का सीक्वेंस देखना है. So थोड़ा सा ट्रायल एंड एरर अगर हम लोग करके देखें, सबसे पहले सबसे ज़्यादा रिकॉम्बिनेशन फ्रीक्वेंसी देखो. So between B and C what we notice is it is 28%. So let's say B जीन यहाँ पे है, C जीन यहाँ पे हो रहा है, इनके बीच पे डिस्टेंस ज़्यादा है 28%, मतलब let's say this is 28 centimorgan. Now between A and B what we notice is it is 20%. So A जो होगा वो B के थोड़ा पास में प्रेजेंट है 20%. So let's say मैंने hypothetically A को यहाँ पे प्लेस किया है. This distance is 20 centimorgan. And then what we notice is A and C के बीच में जो distance है वो 8% है. तो अगर मैंने A को यहाँ पे प्लेस किया है तो let's cross check. इसका distance कितना बोला जा रहा है? 8 centimorgan. तो अगर इन दोनों को मैंने प्लस किया, ए को यहाँ मैंने बीच में रखा, इन दोनों को मैंने प्लस किया, द आंसर शुड कम टू 28 एंड विच इज 28 ओवर हियर. सो इसका मतलब हमारा अरेंजमेंट यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? द अरेंजमेंट इज बी ए सी. अगर ऑप्शन में सी ए बी भी लिखा होता ना, वो भी हम लोग आंसर यहाँ पे कंसिडर कर सकते हैं, बट ऑप्शन हमारा बी ए सी वाला यहाँ पे मैच हो रहा है. सो क्वेश्चन 123, द करेक्ट आंसर शुड बी ऑप्शन ए. 124, the 3 different alleles of human ABO blood types will produce how many genotypes and phenotypes respectively? So one gene with 3 alleles, case of multiple allelism. So ये जो तुम्हारे 3 यहाँ पे alleles हो रहे हैं, इनको अगर हमने combinations बनाए तो genotype का number, okay, genotype का number यहाँ पे क्या होगा? We'll see 6 genotypes. But out of these 6 genotypes, using conventional concepts of complete dominance and the exceptional case of codominance, जो total number of phenotypes आएंगे तो 4 यहाँ पे phenotypes आ रहे हैं, A, B, AB and O blood groups. So 6 genotypes and 4 phenotypes. So the correct answer should be option B. Now question number 125, a tetraploid male plant. So let's say male plant है tetraploid, तो जो भी यहाँ पे gamete बनेगा, the gamete is going to be diploid. Crosses with a hexaploid female plant. So ये female plant हो रहा है, which is hexaploid. अब इस हेक्साप्लॉइड प्लांट से जो भी एग सेल बनेगा, तो एग सेल में क्रोमोसोम नंबर हाफ होना चाहिए, तो 3n होगा। लेकिन जो भी यहाँ पे एंडोस्पर्म बनने के लिए पोलर न्यूक्लियाई यूज होगा, तो पोलर न्यूक्लियाई 2 बनेंगे, सो 3n होंगे। बट इवेंचुअली जो सेकेंडरी न्यूक्लियस यहाँ पे बनेगा, तो सेकेंडरी न्यूक्लियस का जो प्लॉइडी होगा वो ओरिजिनल पेरेंट प्लांट जितना ही होगा। सो 2 पोलर न्यूक्लियाई 3n फ्यूज होके क्या हो जाएगा 6n। सो अब अगर मैंने कॉम्बिनेशन कराया, ये वाला जो कॉम्बिनेशन है, दिस इज द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ एम्ब्रायो। सो एम्ब्रायो का प्लॉइडी कितना हो जाएगा 5n। ऑन द अदर हैंड ये वाला जो कॉम्बिनेशन यहाँ पे बन रहा है, दिस इज फॉर एंडोस्पर्म। तो एंडोस्पर्म का कंडीशन यहाँ पे क्या होगा 6 + 2, ये हो जाएगा 8n। So we are going to get a pentaploid embryo and a octaploid endosperm. So pentaploid embryo, octaploid endosperm. The correct answer should be option A. Now question 126, what is the percentage of photosynthetically active radiation PAR in the incident solar radiation? So incident solar radiation में PAR का जो amount माना जाता है approximately it's considered to be less than 50%. This is a direct line from NCERT. So question 126, the correct answer should be option A. Now question 127, assertion unisexual flowers have separate male and female flowers. तो assertion यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है true हो रहा है। Reason, both monoecious or dioecious plants have unisexual flowers. So on its own, is this statement correct? Yes. So when we are talking about a monoecious plant, let's say in case of cucumber or in case of maize, the flowers are unisexual, male and female flowers are separated, but both types of flowers are present on the same plant body. On the other hand, in a dioecious plant, let's say in case of papaya, unisexual flowers, male and female flowers are separated and the 2 types of flowers are present on 2 separate plant bodies. तो इसका मतलब reason वाला statement भी यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है correct हो रहा है, but reason statement is not directly explaining the assertion statement. So इसका मतलब question number 127, the correct answer should be option B. Now question number 128, assertion the embryo sac is 7-celled 8-nucleated structure. This is true. The functional megaspore which is remaining, ये जो functional megaspore है, it will undergo 3 rounds of free nuclear mitosis resulting in 8 nuclei. But in 8 nuclei में जब cell wall बन रहा है, जब cytokinesis हो रहा है, it seems जो central cell बीच में रह रहा है, that particular central cell is going to be binucleate because it contains 2 polar nuclei. So 3 antipodals है uninucleate, 2 synergids uninucleate and egg cell is uninucleate. तो 6 cells are there who have just 1 nuclei. But जो 7th cell है central cell, that is binucleate, उसमें 2 nuclei present है। तो assertion वाला statement correct है। Now ये जितने भी न्यूक्लियाई बने हैं, इसका ऑलरेडी मियोसिस हो चुका है, देन फर्दर माइटोसिस डजंट चेंज इट्स प्लॉइडी। सो इट मीन्स ये जो सेल्स हो रहे हैं, दे आर गोइंग टू बी व्हाट, दे आर गोइंग टू बी हैप्लॉइड इन नेचर। सो रीजन वाला स्टेटमेंट भी क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे करेक्ट है। सो सेंट्रल सेल में जो 2 पोलर न्यूक्लियाई है वो फ्यूचर में जाके फ्यूज करेंगे, बट एट दिस पॉइंट दे आर नॉट फ्यूज, तो अभी भी उसको हमको हैप्लॉइड कंसिडर करना है। बट द रीजन इज नॉट एक्सप्लेनिंग द असर्शन। क्यों वो 7 सेल 8 न्यूक्लिएट है, उसका एक्सप्लेनेशन अभी हमने देखा, इट्स बिकॉज ऑफ द बाइन्यूक्लिएट नेचर ऑफ द सेंट्रल सेल। सो रीजन डज नॉट एक्सप्लेन द असर्शन। सो क्वेश्चन नंबर 128, द करेक्ट आंसर शुड बी ऑप्शन बी। Now question number 129, the assertion मेगास्पोर मदर सेल अंडरगोज मियोटिक डिवीजन। दिस इज ट्रू, मदर सेल उसका नाम हो रहा है, वो मियोसिस करके 4 मेगास्पोर्स बनाएगा। लेकिन व्हाट वी नोटिस इज आउट ऑफ द 4 मेगास्पोर्स 3 degenerate, only 1 remains functional. So all 4 megaspores form female gametophyte. ये तो स्टेटमेंट ही आउटराइट यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, फॉल्स हो रहा है। सो इट मीन्स assertion is true but the reason is false in this case. So assertion is true, reason is false, वो क्या हो रहा है, वो ऑप्शन सी हो रहा है। So question number 129, the correct answer should be option C. Now question number 130, assertion in a monohybrid cross we studied 2 characters. monohybrid cross में नाम ही उसका monohybrid हो रहा है, तो हम लोग एक particular gene या एक locus को heterozygous homozygous consider करके study कर रहे हैं। So this is not related to 2 characters or 2 genes, this is related to the study of 1 character or 1 gene. So assertion itself यहाँ पे क्या हो गया, false हो गया। Reason, in a monohybrid cross, alleles exhibit only codominance. Monohybrid crosses में we can see codominance, but only codominance, that itself is a false statement. So reason भी यहाँ पे क्या हो गया, false. So it seems that both assertion and reason are false. Question number 130, the correct answer should be option D. Now question number 131, assertion मेंडल ने अपना एक्सपेरिमेंटल ऑर्गेनिज्म क्या चूज किया था? गार्डन पी. सो मेंडल वर्कड ऑन गार्डन पी, पाइसम सटाइवम. दिस पर्टिकुलर स्टेटमेंट इज करेक्ट. रीजन वाला स्टेटमेंट है गार्डन पी बिलोंग्स टू फैमिली फैबेसी. दिस इज ऑल्सो अ ट्रू स्टेटमेंट, बट it is pretty obvious that cannot be the reason why Mendel chose Pisum sativum. The reasons why Mendel chose garden pea was there were bisexual flowers, so you can try to go for both self-pollination, cross-pollination. Pea plant were easy to cultivate, बहुत quickly उसमें next generation बन रहा था, large amount में seeds बन रहे थे. So there were many reasons why Mendel chose the garden pea. But it belonging to family Fabaceae, that is not a reason. So both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. So question number 131, the correct answer should be option B. Now question 132, assertion frame shift mutation is a gene mutation. This statement is true that if we insert or delete certain nucleotides, the overall frame of the gene, the length of the gene alters. So frame shift mutation, it is a gene mutation. Reason, all gene mutations are point mutations. This is false. Reason, all gene mutations are point mutations. This is a false statement. Why? Because gene mutations, अगर change एक base pair में आ रहा है, that's a point mutation. अगर एक से ज़्यादा base pair में आएगा, that will be a gross mutation. Both point and gross mutations can exist. So only या फिर all ऐसा words बोल देना यहाँ पे थोड़ा गलत हो रहा है. So reason वाला statement क्या हो गया? False. So assertion is true but reason is false. Hence question number 132, the correct answer should be option C. 133, assertion. Removal of keystone species does not cause any serious disruption in the functioning of the community. इन species का नाम ही keystone species क्यों हो रहा है? Because they are very crucial in the overall maintenance of the ecosystem. They are the organisms जो ज़्यादा number में नहीं present होते हैं, but they are occupying certain positions in the ecosystem, in the food chains, which helps in the overall maintenance of the ecosystem. तो अगर इस keystone species को remove कर दिया गया, ecosystem will be drastically affected. तो assertion वाला statement यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? Definitely false हो रहा है. Reason, keystone species are low in importance. Again, it is going against the very description of keystone species. They are of extreme importance in the ecosystem. So reason भी यहाँ पे false हो रहा है. So it seems question number 133 में assertion and reason both are false. So it means the answer should be option D. Now question number 134. Insects contribute maximum in diversity of animals. So this particular statement is true. Reason, angiosperms and insects are co-evolved to perform a plant-pollinator interaction. This is also true. But the reason is not a direct explanation of why insects are having such a large diversity. There are a lot of morphological and anatomical properties insects have evolved which allows them to survive in wide variety of habitats, which eventually has led to their extreme diversity. But उसमें plant and insect का जो ये co-evolution है, that is not playing a direct role. So it seems both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. So 134, the correct answer should be option B. Now question number 135, assertion, commensalism is a type of positive interaction. This statement is true because in commensalism, one species is benefited while the other stays neutral. Reason, in commensalism, one organism is benefited, correct, while other is harmed. ये वाला part wrong हो गया because the other one is going to stay neutral. So reason वाला statement यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? False हो रहा है. So assertion is true but reason is false. Question number 135, the correct answer should be option C. So I hope this discussion helped you to clear any doubts you had. Good luck for your next exam. Thank you.